Hello. Today we're listening to Untrue by Burial.
I'll show you light now. It burns forever.
I've heard this one. Nice filter. Okay. So I think one of you requested this at a listening party. Even though it's the melody is kind of, it's sample chops, vocal chops, and the rhythm is kind of strange, and it's all disjointed. It still was in my head for like weeks. Okay, the beat reminds me of UK garage. I could be wrong about that, but in my limited understanding of that genre, the drums are usually around that tempo. It's kind of that 120 BPM, but everything is swung, and there's typically a lot of like syncopation in I would say in the upper percussion, just like lots of detail up there. And also like certain drum sounds, I really believe that there's like it probably happened when we had, everyone was using drum machines, right? And you had a limited amount of samples you could work with. And so genres came out of the music that was built around those drum machines, right? So certain hi-hat sounds, certain, rim cross stick, whatever, snares and kicks and everything, right? It's all tied to genre. So really sparse kick, which then which makes it feel kind of, I don't know, like floaty a bit. And then of course these beautiful chords that come in just add to that feeling of like levitating. So just the drums alone have this very grounded sound. the sounds themselves, but then the lack of the kick persistence makes it feel like it's always on the edge of actually kicking in. And then but the bass is the real grounding force, and I love that. It's kind of that like long droney bass. Huge fan. I feel like I've heard that kind of bass a lot in dub, at least dub type genres or influence genres. So maybe there's some of that in there. The rest of it is so pretty. I have to just figure out the chords real quick, which I guess I probably did in the past because, but the bass goes flat 6, 5, 4, while the chords are, well, I know there's that. So pretty. Minor key. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's a lot of spots where things will drop away. The bass drops away. The chords apparently drop away. It's not the same kind of feeling as when you're dancing to something like EDM, or there's something more like elegant about this. I don't know. There's something heightened about it. I mean, you can totally dance to it, and I would, but yeah, it's almost like you could dance to its vibe just as much as you could dance to its actual beat. You know what I mean? Like, there's something connected to something up here instead of just like grounded, like dance. The sampling, by the way, the vocal chops are really cool. Yeah, I already mentioned the weird rhythm, but I feel like that's a part of it, is the fact that it's sort of, he didn't force them to be rhythmically perfect. He kind of let them have their own little cadence and just triggered them at the spots he wanted. Okay, next one's called Near Dark.
Okay, now let's just.
Oh. Well engineered for 2007. Yeah, this is incredible. I love this. I feel like this is, I'm curious to see if the rest of them have, this kind of beat, but I feel like you could just turn on this album and just dance. And it's the feeling of, completely getting lost in the music while you're dancing. like with your, like almost like if you could just close your eyes and just like transcend or something. That's how it feels. It's like ethereal, but it's like dark. It's deep. And somehow he's balancing the really like wet sounds. You know, there's so much reverb on the vocals, so much reverb on the, I mean, it sounded like a ooh, like someone sing, like a woman singing ooh, and you know the chords are so like lush and wet, and then everything else is so dry sounding, in a very satisfying way. And then he also, but you know, when you wetten things up, it can really like fill up the mix to the point where it's all muddy. But he manages to, it's all so clean and clear. And I think part of it is just he's good at using layers sparsely. This one had so much like detail in the percussion. The drum groove alone was just like amazing. And I'm loving this kind of muffled thuddy sound he's using for his kicks. They're not like you know, they're like, they're just, I don't know, they sound kind of dirtied up and like they are missing like so much information. And so it makes it feel like something is like pushing, like knocking on the other side of a wall or something. The whole thing, all the drums. Okay, we've only listened to 2 tracks, but both tracks, it almost sounds like the drums are in, like coming from the other room. Not explicitly, but like in a more, I don't know, paranormal way. It's just sort of, it just feels like something's off. And then other thing, but they also feel so immediate, but I don't know. There's something strange there. It's very cool. And then he's using this very satisfying to me, like cross stick sound. But it's kind of, I think I think I have a hypothesis of why it feels kind of ghostly and weird. I think he might be pitching everything down. His drums, I mean. The vocals are wherever. I mean, I think in a lot of cases the vocals are both pitched up and down, which does also make things feel strange. But I think all his drum sounds are pitched down.
Just not in it. That's cool. It's still there.
I can't sing my I can't sing my
Okay, I can't be sure, but that's what I'm gonna say. I think they're all pitched down, every single one of them. So yeah, for some reason, a lot of us have that association of pitched down things as sounding sort of like ghostly or like dark, demonic. I mean, the darkness I can understand, right? When things get lower, we have this association of things getting darker. So, you know, but I mean, Witch House is a whole genre based on pitching things down, right? And it sounds freaky, right? So, yeah, I think that's part of what's going on. It's so cool. But yeah, they also just sound like they're just like, they sound dirty. They sound like they don't have all their frequency bands intact. They're like, something's been taken from them, and yet they're so fucking great. Love the drums. And then he's got all these little Foley sounds that he used as a transition element to take you into the next, you know, phrase, like 16 bars, 32 bars or whatever, of like, I don't know if I heard the vinyl crackles so much, maybe, but also like little, I don't know what they were. I'm not sure, but it sounded like real, like a sample of something real, something dropping, something clicking against, you know, little, I don't know. And, and those had really high frequency detail. So the contrast of those against these pitched down kind of muffled sounding drums was so cool. There was even like a little, like, I almost want to say like like a coin dropping or something. Oh, so pretty. And then, yeah, so, okay, apparently this is an Usher sample. I can take my eyes off you. And he's pitched it around, and it's in a minor key. So I just want to point that out. Both these tracks were in minor keys. This one's in G minor. The other one was in C minor. I can't take my eyes off. course, he's not like playing chords like that, but the bass is doing that beautiful, again, sort of like hesitant, droney bass underneath everything. Like it's gonna break apart any second. That's kind of how it sounds. And then all the atmosphere. I mean, yeah, there's just all these other layers in the background that are creating this ghostly feeling. It's so pretty. Also, he brought in for a few moments an offbeat hi-hat, and I just have to talk about that for a second, because the offbeat hi-hat is the last piece of like this kind of groove that makes it fully groove. So when it came in, and it's not even that loud. It wasn't like just in your face, but just this little when that part kicks in, I go crazy. I can't. Every time that happens in a song, if there's an offbeat hi-hat in the song and they delay bringing it in and then they bring it in, the moment they bring it in, it's almost like a beat drop for me. And I know that I imagine they know that some people are going to react that way. It's not as obvious as like a big, but it just, it's the best feeling. It's the best feeling. I guess I should say, for anyone who's watching that doesn't know me very well, or this is your first time seeing this, is, electronic music is like kind of the thing that I've listened to the most, I would say, in my life. I mean, rock, yeah, too, but I mean, yeah, a lot of electronic, and I produce electronic music, since I was a teenager. So, this is, I love it. And I'm so excited that people suggested this. Ghost Hardware is next. I am so excited now.
Looked inside me.
Ooh, that crackle. People who don't listen to this genre are going, they're all the same. Oh, that bass. God, that reminds me of the score of Annihilation. Other way around, I guess. We should be listening to this at night, my night, with like candles everywhere, in the dark. Oh wait. Oh no. I'll just hold it. The snare getting bigger. Man. Another tasty one. This one had a little bit, like the drums had a slightly more organic thing going on, where they would like almost like clear up a little bit at certain moments. And then by clear up, I mean like the haziness was lifted like slightly, but it made it feel like the haziness over them was like this dynamic layer that would like kind of like break up sort of and then lock back in or something, which kind of goes along with the crackles and all those elements that feel like some kind of signal coming at you that's unstable, and changing at random. And then at the end there, he pushes the energy up a little bit by making the snare, which again, I think sounds like a cross stick, pitch down, like brighter or louder, or added one on top or something. It just got much more present in the mix, and that brought all the energy up. Ow. And but my favorite thing about this one is the bass. Man, who has seen Annihilation, which obviously came out way after this did. So, I'm curious if the composers of the score of Annihilation listened to Burial and if they were influenced by this track in particular or whatever, because it has this sort of the same quality of like a big creature that's like backwards. Like it feels like it's like something's completely wrong about it. You recognize it, but it's wrong. It's like it almost sounds reversed. So maybe it is reversed. But like the cadence of the way things move feels like the rock. Like if someone were walking forwards, but they had the cadence of if they were walking backwards, right? It's just like this weird, like the timing is wrong. Kind of just like come in on these like short sort of like, and then like, and then just be gone, and so again, there's that big sparse feeling again. I love it when someone can use the bass, the silence of the bass part to create so much power, because this one's also in a minor key. It's an E-ish minor. It's a little bit sharp of E. And it hits a flat 6 first. My fave. It kind of then I think kind of went here, and like there was a lot of these notes, very dark notes. There was approximately around there. And then the beautifully used sample. Yeah, the atmosphere in these is incredible. I just feel, I'm so glad that it's a rainy, dark day today. If the sun were coming in, I'd be like, yeah, this is such a mood. Totally. I think it's really cool when you can listen to this kind of music, with headphones in the dark, with your eyes closed and not moving a muscle in your body. And then you could also be in a club dancing to it. That's amazing. That it could stimulate such different parts of you in a way. I mean, it's all connected and everything, but you could have a whole world just right in here, or you could be like feeling it and experiencing it in every cell. It's just so cool. Okay, our next one is Endorphin.
And you see all this fashion light.
Slowed down and pitched up. That's an interesting combo. Electronic rain. Oh. I want to apologize for playing during the song. I shouldn't have done that. I was enjoying playing along, and I almost forgot that you were listening along with me, and that I should like play over the song. But I just wanted to play the chords because they're so pretty. This one you could interpret as being in a minor key or a major key, probably major. And it kind of feels like that, right? I mean, it's ambient, right? It's no groove, but it also just feels a little more uplifting and like a little bit of a calm in the storm. And it starts over again. I also was going to say, yeah, he's got a delay on a lot of the accented noises, noises that have transients. And I just have to play you this beginning of this song. I swear. So this song, I think, came out in later. I mean, it's definitely after 2007 by Bob Moses. And I feel like they must have been influenced by this. Listen to the beginning of this song. Just that like short delay. Right. It's a very cool song, by the way. Next is Etched Headplate.
A hardcore. He's not setting out to hurt people. He's got a lot of love in him. So, for his mum, his brother, his girlfriend, he actually, I think, wants to do the right thing. So it's more a question of willpower, self-discipline, circumstances.
Block the light. Wow. We're hearing all the syncopation without the beat. That's so cool. That bass. She did just say angel. All those sounds. This one wasn't my favorite, but I still really like it. I like the bass is so cool. I love how present it sounds, even though it's also feels very muted. Cool mixing trick, at least in headphones. It's just like, whoa, this is like, but it's also, I don't know, somehow still underwater. And the big, like portamento jumps up, like, oh, so good. I love that sound, that elastic bass sound. I'm a huge fan. This one's also kind of in a major or relative minor key. And there was the something. He used that one vocal as a transition element every time. It was really nice to have that like every time. And then the main vocal he was using, I was noticing, I'm pretty sure he didn't mess with her pitch very much at all, but he did mess with the formant. So, there's notes where her voice would suddenly go from sounding very young to very mature, almost that ghostly sound. Like, it's very cool. And he also mangled them in some other ways. I'm not sure I could nail down the actual effect applied, but some other just almost like I've been matrixed or something sound, like, you know. All right, our next one is called In McDonald's. It's short. This is how I feel in McDonald's too. He's so good with the crackle and the breaking up sound.
Once upon a time it was you I know.
A lot of R&B samples. Hang on, I think that sample is used later on in that track, Raver. Yes. A foreshadowing.
Cause that once upon a time it was you I know.
Do you hear that sound of it all just breaking apart? Wow. Next is Untrue, title track. Did you hear it brighten up? Oh, that's so cool. Hey. Oh. One syncopated snare at the end. Oh, nope. Hey.
I feel inside. And it's all
Oh, this rhythm has that like drag.
because you lie.
That's cool.
And it's all because you lie. And it's all because you lie. And it's all because you lie. To the way I feel inside, and it's all because you lie.
Remind me to talk about the vocal sample rhythms.
To the way I feel inside, and it's all
Dry vocal.
because you lie.
Ah, there it is.
And it's all because you lie. And it's all because you lie. To the way I feel inside, and it's all because you lie.
Nice.
feel inside, and it's all because you lie, and it's all because you lie, and it's all because you lie, and it's all because you lie to the way I feel
Listen to all the
inside,
sounds.
and it's all because you lie.
So I think what I'm noticing about the way he uses these samples, I think they're like mostly R&B samples. I mean, there's that one that was like, and I'm not sure where that was necessarily the origin of that. But I think, you know, the way he's using them, obviously he's splicing them together, but he's not like, again, he's not forcing the rhythm. Like, I don't know if it doesn't feel like he's like retiming. So many doors slamming. It's so indie right now. He's timing. I don't think he's retiming or changing the tempo of his samples for the song. He might be changing the tempo for like a feeling, but I don't think he's like, okay, I got to have like this rhythmically in sync. Like he's definitely, no, it's not Ghost, it's the wind. It's not timed to fit the song, I don't think. And so it's like these little moments. The way that the vocal is used is so different than in a typical piece of music. Obviously, you know, these are samples, but still, a lot of people use samples. They will get them so that the time matches up. That's what I was going to say. He's clearly listening for the key. He's wanting these vocal samples to fit into the music and to harmonize properly. You know, he's definitely paying attention to that. But he's like allowing the rhythm of them to be more of a feeling and less of something that's metric. And it's just sort of the sound of him, I feel like, is these little vignettes of, yes, baby, I know it's loud, of just these little things that they're saying, and they just kind of come and pop in and out, and they come and pop in and out at the same time every time. But as they do, it's not like that's, you know, like a rhythm you can actually like remember, so to speak. The other thing is that this song has, and I don't forget what it's called, but you know, Jay Dilla was, I think, kind of the pioneer of this, where he would like drag the beat or drag certain notes in his groove back. The beat would still be consistent, but it was like everything inside of that would be like kind of dragging behind. So there's or anticipating as well. I mean, so there's this the snare sounds like it's on one, and then I'll talk about what happens, or not one. The first time it's like where you expect it, like on two. But then the next one, it sounds like it's either slightly late off of a syncopated hit or slightly early before the downbeat. It's that second one. It's so weird. And then the third one is totally where you expect it. And then the fourth one is also where you expect it. It's syncopated. It's on the, whatever that is. The and before four. But yeah, so if you felt any weirdness trying to get into the groove, that's why. It's mainly that second time the snare hits. It's just in between something. And so our brain is like trying to figure out which one it is. Is it the downbeat or is it the syncopated beat? And it's just a little late or early. And there's no definitive answer. It's just, but it's such a strange feeling. After a while, I got used to it, but it's, that's cool. I don't think he's done that before, the other tracks. All right, I'm going to go make sure Milo's not stuck in a room. And the next one will be called Shell of Light. I'll be right back. Thanks for waiting. We are back. Milo's having a little snack. And this guy is not going to eat it. All right, friends. Shell of Light. That's in the song. The rain, right? See those sounds? I just love that. I always love that. Okay, so now it is raining in real life, or yes, it is. Okay. It was really weird. Wasn't there a part where it was raining in the song? Awesome. That one, the drum groove is a lot gentler. I feel like the other ones, it's a similar pattern, but just the sounds themselves weren't so, I don't know. And when I say industrial, I don't mean industrial music. I just mean sometimes his darker drum beats sound almost like things clanging a little bit, maybe a little metallic. This one had the pattern, the snare on 2, and then the second snare is on the and before 4. And I used to, at least when I used Spotify, I had a whole playlist of songs with that snare pattern, because I was like, I love this feeling. This is so interesting. All right, next is Dog Shelter. More minor key goodness. It's the same chord, just pitched down. Delay on all these. Okay, my streaming software is freaking out and doesn't know where we are in the track. Okay. It's probably just like a vibraphone or something. I think all these little detailed sounds, these kind of like Foley sounds, the way he's, pitched them down, rolled off the high end, and put this like short delay on them is a big part of his sound. I mean, I think all of the songs have had that layer. And I was trying to imagine this one without them. And I was like, it would be beautiful. It would just be like these pretty pads and occasionally a woman like, singing a beautiful line. Actually, who knows? It could be pitched up. Man, the texture layer, I think, is such... I mean, that is the ambiance, because I feel like those kinds of sounds put your brain in a place, or it makes your brain feel like you're in a place. Your brain thinks your body is in a place. There we go. Your brain is your body, but anyway, you know what I mean? It's like it puts you in a setting. I'm not sure if I could tell you exactly what the setting is. It's not so explicit that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in a subway. It's like, it's not like that. It's a little bit more abstract, but it still feels like a real place I'm in or something. The short delay, because that's of course what our brain would do. It would go, okay, I'm getting this information. This sound is happening, and here's the echo coming off of it. So here's the shape and size of the space I'm in, right? I mean, that's just normal auditory processing. But it's so cool how we translate that into how we're experiencing a piece of music. I mean, I feel like that's how all these effects are working, kind of. It's just tricking our brain into thinking we're experiencing something that we're not. Next is Homeless. Okay, listen to that voice layer where he's like playing it like a keyboard. That's so creepy. Whoa, it just faded out? That's so weird. Hey, buddy, are you feeling a little bit scared? Oh, my sweet boy. You gonna lie on the... Oh, wow. Yeah. Just as well, we have a copyright warning, so we need to kind of pause for a little bit. That's a crazy chord, Pax. Hey, buddy. Pax is a unique little boy in that when he's feeling scared and insecure, he gets a lot more affectionate. It took me a little while to figure out that that's what was going on, honestly, because even the vets always, they're like, oh, he's so affectionate, he's such a lover boy, and I'm like, I hate to break it to them, so I just don't. I'm like, yeah, he is. but he's just so scared. He just needs like so much reassurance, and he purrs and everything. So yeah, he's still kind of affectionate when he's feeling confident, but it's like off the charts, you know. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be okay. So homeless. Yeah, so there was this, I said this is not for the club, and I'm curious if y'all caught what I was putting down, or no. What is the expression? Mopping up what I'm putting down. Okay, whatever. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Yes, thank you. Are you mopping up what I'm putting down? I want you to do menial labor. Shit, what was I saying about... Oh, God. Oh, he added in like a 16th note or something, or an 8th note at the end of every long phrase for a while. Not until that second section, then it evened out, but that was so disruptive. I mean, you don't do that when you're writing music with a beat like this. If you don't know, it's gonna completely trip people up. So I started thinking about that. Maybe a little too hard. I was like, okay, the song's called Homeless. Maybe he's like trying to make you feel, he's trying to fuck with you a little bit so that you feel like you can't catch a break, or you can't stay on, or you can't, or something. He's like trying to make you feel kind of bad, like a little bit uncomfortable. This one definitely did feel like it had a little bit more of a bite than some of the others, especially the few before this, I would say. This part. Dun, dun, that half step. It almost sounds aggressive. There's some of the bass notes are samples, because he reiterated two of them, like and they sounded exactly the same. And then it made me realize, like, oh, it does almost sound like one sample that he's pitching up and down, and that's why it has that sort of uncanny feeling, because he's doing that with other things. In this one too, he also took a vocal and like turned it into like a keyboard, something he could play like in a sampler. So he was like playing like little chords and lines with this like one human note, which also has that uncanny like sound. But yeah, shorter, jabbier bass line parts as well. I just think that sounds so good. All right, our next one is called UK. Oh, interesting. He's going through all the subdivisions. The first thought I had is that it sounded like Aphex Twin Rhubarb until the very last chord. And the last chord I was like, wait, something. But then someone in the chat said this one has an Aphex Twin sample. So that's my guess, is that it samples Rhubarb, which is just pads. But this is also mostly just pads with some kind of stutter that's going through all the subdivisions. Like, I don't know where it's starting exactly, but maybe like some kind of, triplet to, let's just say, eighth triplet, or would it be quarter triplet? Eighth triplet, quarter triplet to eighth note triplet. I can't remember which way it goes. And then to 16 or something. And B. Was it? Okay, so I've played Rhubarb before, And Rhubarb goes. No. Okay, so this one had B minor. So B minor's not in there though. So, but maybe he pitched it a different way. See, it was that part. It was the. And then this chord is in there. So anyway. Okay, our last one is Raver, which we accidentally listened to almost the entire thing before I realized it was the wrong track. I gotta talk about the hi-hats on this one. This would have been a great opener though, say. And then the bizarre marimba. Okay, remember I was talking about in McDonald's, I think it was, foreshadowing this one. If this samples the Moody Blues, guess I'm gonna find out. Does this sample Nights in White Satin by any chance? I can't get into the marimba. I'm sorry. Oh, great. Now we're left with the texture and one snare hit. These chords are so lush. And I remember when we first started listening to this one the first time by accident, and I was like, okay, my introduction to this, to Burial proper, I guess, kind of. I was not expecting those lush pads at all. Like the drums had this sort of stark kind of dark tone, and then these like beautiful like lush synths came in, and I was like, whoa. Now, of course, having listened to the whole album, it totally makes sense. But yeah, it really was such an unexpected combination. But so I think he got a sample and he plays it through. It has two chords in it, and then he pitches it down, but they work so well together. So there's some kind of suspension, the pinching sound. So I think it's let's put it over. This note staying, it's such a pretty dissonance and crunch. The cool thing is that all of these chords do fit into C minor. So sometimes when you take a chord progression and you pitch it around in a song like this, it doesn't stay in the key. That's actually like more common than not. But this one actually did. So it works really, really well. It's very gratifying kind of sounding chord progression. I love that sound of it just moving to a new spot and kind of having that same feeling, but a little bit different with the vocal. And then the vocal has a different context underneath it. It's so nice. The groove is killer. This one is definitely got the kick is on every beat. I feel like this might be the only one like that in the whole album, where he's got that clear 4 on the floor. You know, I mean, this is... At least I think it is. Wait, hang on. Yes, it is. Okay. Right? And then he even has these luscious little... I love those. The hi-hat, though, is doing so much heavy lifting. So it starts off with the hi-hat, which is on the offbeat, the eighth note offbeat. So but you don't feel that because you can't feel syncopation without knowing where the beat is. Syncopation is stressing the weak beats or the off beats. But if you don't know where the on beats are, then you won't feel that you're on off. You'll feel like you're on. So right away, you just hear this and your brain's going to go t, 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 t. But really what you're hearing is t, 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 just without the beat. So that was really kind of fun. So it's a little bit of a trick. And then the kick comes in and you're like, oh. And of course, there's all these cool little short delays on everything that sort of confuses you. I think it's when he does this higher iteration of the chord progression, he's got just that t, 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 t. But on the lower version, he brings in another offbeat hi-hat on top of it that just makes it groove even harder. So every time that happened, I lost it. Little hi-hat. Now, he even brings it in one early, like before the chord change. I love little details like that because it makes it feel like the music is organic. It's not like it's just on even though this is on a grid and things are getting looped and repeated, but little changes like that feel so much more human, and you don't expect a change on the last beat. You expect it on the downbeats. That's just such a... Is the snare changing too? No, okay. Anyway, so I feel like that's such a good example, that back and forth of how that syncopated offbeat hi-hat is what like pushes a groove like this to its like potential, its fullest potential. This one's a little more gentle with the vocal. I feel like it's mostly this little, right? Kind of a little phrase, you know, that comes in. I'm guessing it's a woman's voice pitched down because it just has that quality, that form and shift sound. Actually, I should say, it might not be pitched down. It might just be the form and shift. I shouldn't keep just saying pitching down because, yeah, you can essentially make things feel like they've been pitched down by changing the formant from like, formant from like, ha, to like, ha, ooh. Thanks so much for suggesting this, everybody. And I know you're going to tell me, I'm going to have to ask which one I should listen to next, but I'm probably going to just listen to them all on my own. I'll tell you what I think about it. If you want to join these kinds of listening parties live, you can look at my Patreon. And I have a public calendar too, where you can see what we're going to be doing ahead of time for our monthly album listening party. All right, y'all. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again. And until next time.